What's up everybody, Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing the final installment of Living Legend, which is to complete every level of Halo CE on Legendary difficulty. So this is Halo 1, the last level, 10 out of 10, the Maw, and we're going to approach this hole in the floor here, and we're going to just shoot down there a little bit with our plasma rifle just to clear out all the infection forms. We don't want them turning us into a flood. That would be pretty bad. They're pretty ugly. Not that the Master Chief ever takes off his helmet, so I guess that wouldn't be too bad of an issue for him, but I'm sure it's very uncomfortable and extremely unpleasant. Anyway, you can see I threw a plasma grenade underneath the Sentinels. They kind of just hang out in this corner here, so the blast from one plasma grenade should take out all of them pretty easily, so do that. You can see that I took some damage from the carrier forms. Throw a grenade right there as you go around the corner. There's 4 infection forms, combat forms there. One has a shotgun, so we could grab that, and we'll take out these other guys. Hopefully the grenade will take them out in one go, but there were 2 remaining, so we took them out with a shotgun easily enough. Grab a pistol, so you have a pistol and a shotgun, the 2 best weapons to fight the Flood with. We're going to wait for this door to bust open and throw a frag grenade right in the mouth of the doorway there, and we're going to try to use the carrier forms as grenades. You can see as you shoot them, they explode and take out anybody nearby them, so it kind of acts as a rocket or a grenade. But you could use it for free, or I guess it's the cost of a 1 shotgun bullet, but that's pretty good. So use those guys to your advantage. And earlier back you could see I lost some health and some shield. Well, the shield recharges, but I lost the health when I jumped down. I probably could have waited for those Sentinels in the beginning to take out those carrier forms, the big fat ones that explode, so that way I would not have taken any damage. But I was a little overeager, but that's not too bad. We're going to get some health right up here in a second. So we're going to run through these doors, go straight, and wrap around this pillar. We'll grab a health pack, and then go to the right, and we're going to go behind this hunter and speed into this cafeteria. Usually that blast doesn't happen. You can see my shield was depleted by a carrier form exploding. That normally doesn't happen, so you can normally make it out of here without taking that much damage. And you want to shoot that grunt that I killed as well, because he has a fuel rod gun, so that would not be good to let him live. And of course grab that health pack if you need it, and stick this guy as you come around the corner. There he goes, he's no more of a threat, and watch out for these guys in here. There's 4 or 5 grunts, but 2 of them have fuel rod guns, so watch out for that. They could easily kill you in one shot with those. And also, when they die, the fuel rod actually explodes because it's not being manned, and a safety mechanism kicks in or something, and it just blows up. So you can see right here, it's going to blow up after I killed that last grunt, and that caused a giant chain reaction of plasma grenades on the ground, so watch out for that. You never want to stay too close to one of those exploding fuel rod guns, because it could cause a chain reaction to explode, and then you're dead. So skip that cutscene and then just turn around and go back the way you came. Just ignore those Sentinels who are starting to shoot at you. We're going to come to this door, try to throw a frag grenade kind of deeper into the doorway than that. That was blocked by the first Flood form who came at me, so that was not a good nade, but that was a good nade right there. So try to do something like that. Throw it a little deep in there to the left and to the right. Sometimes they come from the right as well, but looks like this time they are not doing much of that at all. So we'll head this way. Look at this guy. He's stuck in this barricade, so that might be why there was less people than normal. This section, just jump up and across the hallway and just go to the left. Normally you don't take any damage right there either. I'm taking damage where I usually don't take damage this time around, but just jump up and cross the hallway, and there's a bunch of Flood and Covenant fighting each other on either side of the hallway, so that is why they kind of ignore you. They could, 1 or 2 might chase you, but just as you run away from them, just shoot them with a shotgun as you get out of there. This section, we're going to take out the Sentinels again by throwing a plasma grenade on the ground. You can try to stick them, but throwing it right under them works just as well. So the explosion is or the Sentinels are very susceptible to the plasma grenade explosions. So I'm just waiting for these infection forms to come at me so I can take them out. Yeah, maybe I'll just go ahead without doing that. And there's more Sentinels in here. We're going to take them out, just throw a nade under them. That was not a good one because they started to move forward, and that blast only killed one of them. But the shotgun works pretty well once you get in close for the Sentinels, so use that as you can. Really, the shotgun works well against everything, except maybe hunters. But just jump over here. This is not the way you want to go, but there's a health pack over here in the corner if you need it. And then we're going to jump back over here. This is where we started the game. And we're going to go in this doorway, and instead of going up the ladders in the back of the room, we're going to go over here. You just walk up the slanted wall there and jump up on top to the catwalk, and we're going to speed on through here. You want to kill any Flood form right here, and then throw a grenade right into the doorway, because there's a ton of Flood forms that spawn there, and if you don't do that quickly, they'll just continuously spawn for a long time, and then you'll have to fight a ton of Flood. So if we just run forward and throw a frag grenade there to clear our path right away, we won't have to deal with any of that crap. And as you can see, I grabbed some overshield as I was making my way through that Flood-infested area. And we're just going to go over here, just follow this path. You could shoot and kill that Covenant Elite. You can see he's still alive, but I could have easily shot him a second time to kill him. I don't know why I didn't really. This guy will shoot and kill. And then we're just going to run to the armory, which is where we're going to get some rockets, which we need. Well, we don't need them. We could use grenades to blow up the fusion core or the reactor or whatever it is. But we're just going to use good old rockets because those are easier to aim and hit the exact area we want to hit. So keep your shotgun and get those rockets, and we're going to head to engineering to blow up the Pillar of Autumn. So you could go in either direction, the left or the right to start, but I like to go to the left, and we're going to throw a frag grenade. If you have a frag grenade left, that is good. It speeds up the process a little bit. So throw it right about there, and you could grenade jump up and over here just to speed up the process, and grab some health. Apparently I damaged myself a little bit, so that wasn't that great. But grab a health pack. There are 4 on each side, and head in here. And by doing this little skip with that grenade jump, we avoid a lot of enemies spawning in this hallway that we just went through, just because we went there pretty quickly. So jump up here and then jump onto the piston or whatever this is and activate that one. And then we're going to run over to the other side, and we're going to count to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, activate it. And that way we could kind of take out both at once. So shoot the one, you can see the vent is still closed, it's starting to open there, and I was able to get it in, sneak it in before the, whatever this is, the piston went back over it, and then we'll do the same to the second one, because once you activate a second one, it actually starts to close the first one again, so you can't open all 4 at once, which is kind of lame, but that's alright. So head back to this side, or go to this side for the first time, and we're going to do the same thing, the same kind of timing, count to 3,000, and that one is open. So blow that up, and this one is open as well, so that is pretty good timing right there. And the reason we want to kind of take 2 out at once is because it minimizes the waves of enemies that come at you, because once you blow up one, like a bunch of sentinels and flood come into the room. So by doing that, we could avoid dealing with 4 waves, we deal with 2 waves, and we just kind of ran out to the elevator here. So throw a grenade or 2 and shoot a rocket. I didn't kill any of the elites, so that was not great, but you want to use a combination of all your high explosives to take out these guys for the most part. And watch out for that fuel rod guy. Again, the fuel rods that are on the ground. No, Pet Flood! Pet Flood, make it! Come on! No, Pet Flood! I will always love you! Pet Flood! Oh, okay, I've composed myself after my huge loss of my Pet Flood. He was such a loyal companion throughout the whole game. Following me the whole time, all the way from Pillar of Autumn, where the Flood weren't released yet, so that just doesn't make sense canonically. But here we go. We're doing the final run here. We went up the elevator. I had to cut out that part while I was, my heart was just ripped out of my chest from the loss of the Pet Flood. But we're here now. There's multiple ways to go across, or not across, but through this last area to get to the longsword. Spoiler alert: Foehammer's not going to be there to pick us up. But basically, you just want to avoid going over any unnecessary bumps or jumps or ramps or whatever. You can see I'm going over some right now, so it's kind of this is a good one to go over. That's a pretty consistent ramp right there. But basically, anything that looks unnecessary, just try to avoid. So try to stay on flat land as much as possible. So over here, we're going to go to the left. We're going to avoid going over that huge jump because it might cause us to flip when we land. We're going to go through the center here, which is pretty flat. This is a decent ramp right there. You don't usually flip from there if you go off that straight. So, and we're gonna go past 1 pillar, 2 pillars, and then take a left. We're gonna go into this kind of secondary hallway here, and it's actually a shortcut. So you could cut through some of the whatever this last section is, and you don't have to drive as far. So that helps. And we're gonna go to the left at this point. This is a pretty reliable route over here. You're gonna see me mess it up. But this is, you can see it's a flat, straight, straightaway, so you don't have to, navigate any bumps or anything or any ramps, but I totally just fell off of it, so that kind of negates the purpose of going over there, but, just don't fall off, like I did. Do as I say, not as I do. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to go up, well, you have to go up this ramp pretty much to get to the next section. And we're going to go up this big hill. You actually can't get up these giant hills without the Warthog, so even if you wanted to run on foot, you cannot do that. So we're going down the big hill, and you can see we're tempted to go into that tunnel, but we're just going to go straight to the left and avoid that, so we could more quickly make it through here. I'm going to go, normally I go in the middle, like anyone would do, and zigzag around. I've never done this, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm exploring new territory right now. while making a guide. So that's not a good idea, but I mean, I'm doing it right now, so I guess look at this. Not that efficient speed-wise. You go over a ramp, you think you're doing good, and then you crash into this thing. So that's not good, but just go back in the middle, and we're going to kind of go up the side of this ramp. So we're going to go in between the edge of the ramp and the shade there, the shade turret, so we kind of avoid him entirely and just jump across the gap. And we're going to go down here. This is where we stop to get in contact with Foehammer so she can pick us up, but she does not make it. She gets shot down by Banshees, so we're going to just go to the end of the mission. We're not even going to wait for her to crash and all her dialogue and everything. So we could save some time that way. And this area, I like to kind of be on the centerpiece a little bit, even though there's a pillar blocking part of it. But if you stay on it a little bit with your left tires, or your right tires if you're on the other side, you kind of avoid going up and down too much. But here's a pillar, and here's a second pillar again, and we're going to do the same thing. It's kind of a like a repeat of that last section, but on the opposite side, the right side this time, is the secondary tunnel, and that cut off a good chunk of other main tunnel that we would have had to traverse if we didn't do that. So we saved some time there, and we're going to just keep on trucking along, or hogging along. I like to splatter those flood forms as they come out from the left. And this is the big jump. Just floor it blindly. Who cares? This hog must have a ridiculous suspension because it's not only, you know, falling that distance, but it also has a like 2,000 pound Spartan in it, or however much they weigh. It's a lot. Maybe 1,000 pounds. More pounds than your average human, I would say that for sure. So here we are. There's lots of explosions everywhere. The music is picking up, and we crash into these crates. Oh my god, we can't take the hog any further. You could actually, but just bail. It takes some practice to kind of finagle your way through those barrels. And you just run along the left side so you can avoid all the Covenant, or not the Covenant. Are there a Covenant in there? Yeah, maybe. Of all the flood and nonsense fighting in there in the center. So you don't have to shoot that turret. I'm just having fun at this point. But here we go. I finally got him with that second rocket, I think. And that is the end of the level and the end of the game, guys. Congratulations. You have done it now on Legendary. So that is it for Halo 1, and we'll pick up with Halo 2. I'll start doing those Legendary guides next week. And as always, click like, subscribe, leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion and on Twitch at SilverScorpion4. Check out our new podcast, HaloConversationalists. Our episode covering Halo 2 is coming out this week. You can find us on iTunes and Google Play, and also this YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys later for more Halo achievements.